Hello, hello, hello. Joe Hart here. Live in Vermont. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I'm doing a couple of motorsports streams. I'm going to do my first uh, NICS, otherwise known as NTT IndyCar Series stream in a while. I mean, I guess I've done it for previous seasons, but yeah, this is the first one for 2021. Um, there's been I printed up the schedule on November 1st, and just to get a starting idea. And then it was updated a few days ago, and then they added start times. So it's fairly current, but everything's fluid with COVID, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna just cover that. I think this is in the proper correct backwards to me. Is it? That's the schedule as of now with the start times. And then this is what it was on November, whatever I said, November 1st, 2020, Sunday. I printed it up with all my notes and stuff. And so, anyway, the reason it's on my to do list at all is because the print up I had the first race March 7th, this coming weekend. So that's, I was like, oh, I got to print up the schedule. And that was Streets of St. Petersburg, which is normally their first race, and it's not going to be this year. Or, so far, it's not going to be the first race. So I'm going to kind of describe the changes and then go to the current schedule. So, yeah, March 7th, Streets of St. Petersburg has been, moved tentatively or whatever to April 25th, Streets of St. Petersburg. And then April 11th, Barber Motorsports Park was moved to April 18th, Barber Motorsports Park, which is now the first race of the year, which it was the second race of the year. And then April 18th, Streets of Long Beach is moved to September. So April 18th, Streets of Long Beach is moved to September 26th, Streets of Long Beach. And I think generally the rest of it is the same, but those are later dates. So of course, the sooner the dates are, the sooner the dates change. The higher chance that they change. But so anyway, Roman Grosjean is one of the new drivers, which I wasn't a big fan of his in Formula One because he always wrecked, and for he wasn't that good. And I wanted Haas Formula One to do good because I liked Gene Haas and I liked all that stuff. But now I don't because they have Nikita Mazepan as a driver, and he ought to be thrown out of Formula One because of his extremely inappropriate stuff he's done, especially with the one video that he posted about groping a woman. But he's done multiple things. He ought to be thrown out. Anyway, that's not what this stream is about. By the way, I do want to thank the people that are watching live. I hope to fairly shortly learn how to start doing comments and then also how to share the screen with people. That's what I want to do is do live interviews and questions and things like that. And then also I wanted to thank people for watching it recorded later. So thank you very much. That's I guess that's the main thrust of YouTube, which I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how to edit, so I can shorten these things. No one wants to watch, 7 minutes or 22 minutes or 2 hours or so. I have to start learning how to edit, whatever type frame it is. So anyway, April 18th, Barber Motorsport Park, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC. April 25th, Streets of St. Petersburg, noon Eastern Standard Time, NBC. The next two races, which is the same place, it's May 1st and 2nd. At Texas Motor Speedway, race 1 and 2 is both NBCSN, 7 p.m. and then 5 p.m. And then the next two races are both, well, the next four races are all NBC. So May 15th, Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. These are all Eastern Standard Time, in case I forget to mention. NBC, May 30th, the 105th Indianapolis 500, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, NBC. June 12th and 13th, Raceway at Belle Isle Park, race 1 and 2. The 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 13th, race 2 at noon p.m. Eastern Time, both NBC. June 20th, Road America, noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBCSN. July 4th, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBC. July 11th, Streets of Toronto, noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a lot of noons. Noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBCSN. August 8th, Streets of Nashville. Oh, that's weird. NASCAR is adding Nashville Super Speedway to one of the series, I think Xfinity, but it probably ultimately will get on. No, it's probably on Cup. Anyway, it's on one of them. And then IndyCar is doing Streets of Nashville, which I'm pretty certain is new for them too. So they're both doing Nashville events, but one's on the streets and one's a super speedway. Okay, August 8th, Streets of Nashville, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBCSN. August 14th, Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBCSN. August 21st, Wide World Technology Raceway. That's that Bommarito automotive group that I was talking about. They sponsor a lot of events there. NASCAR, Xfinity, and whatever's there. So I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if they're a real sponsor or a team owner's company. August 21st, Worldwide Technology Raceway, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBCSN. September 12th, Portland International Raceway, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBC. September 19th, WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBC. September 26th, Streets of Long Beach, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, NBCSN. And like I said, Long Beach was moved. So Long Beach was the third scheduled race. Then St. Petersburg was scheduled. So it was the second race, and then it was moved to be now the last. So anyway, that's, as of right now. I mean, April 18th is, a month and 13 days from now. It probably has to be changed pretty soon if it's going to change. It's Alabama. I don't, all of the United States events are dependent on the state. And oddly enough, it's all political. Oddly enough, it depends on the political party of the governor, because they make the difference, the decision. So I don't know what what Alabama is. Florida, they suck. Their governor sucks royally. He kills a lot of people. He's going to kill many, many. So Streets of St. Petersburg, yeah, I'm surprised they had to reschedule, because he's a dick. He's a dick. He's killing many tens of thousands of people. He doesn't care. They're older because they're Florida. And yeah, he's a dick. I've been down there a couple of times. I was on the road quite a bit during 2020, and I was down in Florida. I was kind of in a holding pattern because of COVID. And I went to, I was hovering around his stuff, and I went to an event, and I told him when his numbers were extremely low, I said, your numbers are going to pass New York. You're a dick, and you should honor this COVID and stop being a fucking Republican. And I know he's going to be number one. Florida will pass New York. And I don't think I mean within 10 years, it's going to pass New York. I think within a year or less, it's going to pass New York, but it might take a long time. I don't know. And that's a horrible thing that I want to be right about. He's just a jerk, and he cares zero about these people's lives, these older people's lives. Okay, whew, enough about politics there. So, okay, so yeah, April's got two races. April 18th, Barber Motorsport, 3 p.m. NBC. April 25th, Streets of St. Petersburg, noon p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been to both tracks. Like to go back to both? Probably prefer going to the Streets of St. Petersburg, but I had a pretty wild experience there. I'm disabled. I'm on a fixed income. I have very little I have no money for motorsports. And for the last, from 2011 to 2018 or 19, I went to 85 to 90 races, some IndyCar, but primarily NASCAR Cup Series. And if all expenses were paid, it'd be about $2,000. So I had $180,000 worth of expenses that were, I got to the event. So somehow I did have partners and sponsors to get me there, but I tried to be pretty forthcoming that I was eating food stamps and I was driving my car and I was sleeping in my car and I needed sponsors to get into a hotel. And I thought I made it really straight. And Streets of St. Petersburg was like, yeah, you can come and you can set up a booth and yeah, why don't you come in early and you can, it's a street, so it's got walls up and you just get in, you start, and then, toward the end of the day, I said, as you probably remember, I have a limited budget. And when it gets closer to the event, when I'm actually at the event, I may not say it as clearly as I sleep in my car. I can't afford hotels, but I say that a half a year before the event and 2 years before the event. And my first email, all my stuff says that. But as you get closer to the event, I get a little nervous. But I said, as you know, I hover around my car quite a bit. And he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's what?" I'm like, "Well, I'll need, I have a companion animal, and I need 24-hour shade, and I need to be near my place. I'll probably, look for showers and food banks and things like, and so anyway, it was a good experience, and he kind of embraced what I was talking about, but he acted like I had never mentioned it to him in my life, and I'm like, that's my shtick. That's I'm invisible disabilities. That's what I am doing. I'm building awareness. No, I don't have $200,000 to get me to all the races I want to go to in a year. I don't. So anyway, I'd love to get back to Streets of St. Petersburg. There were a couple of hotels. I try to be as forthcoming as I can with hotels, and I would be like, "Hi, could I go see your hotel, your pool area?" And some of the hotels are really, really, really nice. And usually, the nicer the place is, the easier it is to get around. So I would say, I'm in for the race. I'm disabled. I don't have a bunch of money. I'd love to see your pool area so that I could, you know, freshen up a bit. And, they would get me a towel at the front desk and I could get in. And, anyway, that place was beautiful. I'd love to get back to that. But that's what's been going on for 8 or 9 or 10 years. I just kept going back and saying, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not a scammer. I'm not, So anyway, I'm going on too much. Sorry about that. So let me look at their list. I've been to Barber. I don't believe overnight, maybe overnight, but it was a weird. It rained. I was at another race and I didn't even think of Barber, but then the other race was postponed or delayed or something. So Barber fit in perfectly. I didn't think of it, but I went. And in Texas, I haven't been. Indianapolis, of course, I've been. Not the road course, or I don't think so. Indy 500, I have never been to. Belle Isle Park, of course, I've been to. Pretty cool. Road America, I'm not. No, I have not been. Mid Ohio Sports Car Course, pretty cool. Streets of Toronto, I don't believe so. But various series have had that on this schedule, like IMSA and, back before it was called IMSA. Streets of Nashville, haven't been. Our Nashville Super Speedway. IMS Road Course, oh, wow, that's on there twice, May 15th and August 14th. Worldwide Technology Raceway, I don't believe so. Portland, no. Laguna Seca, no. Long Beach, no. I haven't been to anything in California. So anyway, I'm not trying to brag or whatever. It was a hell of a event as it went on, and someday I'd like to get back there. But I'm not happy with you know some of the situations, and I'm vocal, and I don't have filters, and I impulsively and passionately shout and they cuss every now and then. So anyway, that's it for NTT IndyCar Series. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you. Bye.